Hey everybody, it's Ryan Clark, sports reporter for the Oregonian, here with El Maestro Diego Valeri, and we're here to discuss your new venture, Diego, ConurWines. Tell us a little bit about where we are and why we're here.
Thank you, Ryan, for coming to our place. This place is Northwest Wine Company. It's the wine company that is helping us to make our wines, our label, ConurWines. We have three labels here. The Mate, the Sote, and the General Admission. The General, Malbec, White Blend, and Pinot. It's our family friend project, to express in our bottles how much we love Oregon, how much we love Argentina, and our storyline. This was my wife's idea, Florencia's idea. When I was still playing, she was like, "Hey, Oregon is a wine country. We need to do something with it. I like wine a lot, as a good Argentinian."
Yeah.
and she came with this idea, and then I say, "Okay, when I retire, let's do it. Let's connect, with the community through that wine project." And then when I retire, we start talking again, and we get a lot of ideas. We met the right people, our friends Federico and Lucy and Brian and Colleen here in Northwest Wine Company, and we told about the idea of bring the Malbec to the area, right?
Yeah.
Bring the Malbec and the Argentinian way to make the wine now,
Right.
and they love it.
Yeah, no, and it's a varietal in Malbec that a lot of Oregonians might not be familiar with. Obviously, they're familiar with Pinot. They're familiar with the white wines that are made here in the state. I guess we can go through these and taste.
Sure. Let's start with the white blend. As
yes.
You say, it's as I said, it's called the Mate, which is our traditional, our traditional drink in Argentina. But at the same time, it's, if you read it in English, it's the mate. So it's the one that goes with you throughout the journey of your life, and it tries to reflect and mimic one of our favorite grapes in Argentina, which is the Torrontés, and it's not a lot here in the U.S. So it's floral, right balance with the acidity, easy drinking,
right.
And obviously as any level here to share with friends.
Did you try to emulate those type of flavors and the experience of drinking mate? I mean, what did you?
Yeah, and being a blend, it allowed us to, depending on the vintage, to change every year, even keeping the same line, right? To explore every year how the grapes come, and playing with that blends that many grapes here in the area are great. And obviously we wanted to have a white label.
Yeah.
And we love the Torrontés, and because it's not very common in the US, we wanted to bring that to the area and to keep exploring that, in the future too, and see how is the response of the people. We love it now. All of the people that has drink it, they love that because it's a different thing, right? So which is part of it. Right? It's the right balance. It's not that sweet, but at the same time, it doesn't have any sugar on it.
Right.
But it still is very good to keep drinking, right? And it's a perfect balance, and I really like the nose of it.
That's something, to step away from that wine for a moment, that I think is important to touch on is what you do when you're done playing the sport that you play, because a lot of athletes, they go through this experience in their lives. They're trying to figure out what's next. They do broadcasting like you have. They get into other things. I mean, does this, I guess, make perfect sense for you to be the next thing for you in your life?
It makes perfect sense, totally, as you said. It's very challenging when you play this sport so many years, right? From since you are 12 years old, you become almost a professional soccer player,
right.
And it's what you do the whole life. And then at some point you gotta change, but I'm very open to changes. And as you say, I've started to broadcast. I started some other projects. This is one of them. But most likely, we wanted to give back to the community. All of the love they gave us when we arrived in town, and obviously it's good for me to explore a different thing outside soccer,
right.
But it's still connected with the community and with the game too.
Obviously, a wine that people in this community are more familiar with is Pinot Noir. one that this Willamette Valley has a great reputation for globally, rivaling some of the great French Pinots in the world. Let's talk about that one.
Let's talk about Sote. Sote, as you say, the Pinot it's probably the best in the world for me. I mean, as much as I drink wine, I think the Pinot from Oregon is the best. And this has on the label the character that represents all of us, which is the Sote. Sote is the name of our dog, right? And it represents our friendship and our loyalty, and this is pretty much what the project is about.
Why that? Why those sort of characters?
Because we are new in the wine business, and we wanted to be not as traditional, but at the same time being original, being fresh, being funny, right? And like when you see our bottle in the show, you really recognize ConurWines style. So we wanted that, and obviously it was more about that, right? So trying to connect something that it has some of the new style of making wine,
right,
and even making the label of the wines.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty fun. We all participated in how we created this branding, and we're so happy with it. When we started to taste all of the Pinot, it was really difficult because all of them were great.
Yeah.
So it's how we decided. We talked to Federico how we decided, because they're all great.
Yeah.
All of the grapes, all of the different styles are so good. So
yeah. And was there a style you had in mind or do you just want to sort of express what you believe to be a quality, I guess, Oregon Pinot?
I mean, both of them, as I say, Highland and Yola. So we combined them because it made perfect sense with the story, right?
Yeah.
Of blending the history of our life in Argentina and Oregon. So all of this, it's about that. Also, how you blend the best of you.
Yeah.
And this is. The Pinot is about that. Those people that likes to drink wine but they're not really wine drinkers, right?
Sure.
They can enjoy it, but at the same time, it's complex enough for those that really knows the technical part, right? So because it's very complex.
For sure. Yeah, and that's what makes Pinot great, is it can be this sort of highest of the high end. And it can also be an introductory wine for people who aren't, familiar with wine. And so that ties in with kind of the branding that you guys want to
100%. And it was difficult for us to know, how the people is gonna respond about it, right? And we are surprised in a good way.
Yeah.
Because all what we have thought before we ended with this product, it's pretty much what the people is, getting that message off, right?
Yeah.
So, which is great. This is my favorite. I mean, the bottle and what is inside, everything. I think this product is perfect because obviously it's related to soccer, and it's related to going to watch the game, right? And it's called General because obviously, as I say, it's always bilingual, so it has a meaning in English and Spanish. And general admission is the cheapest ticket of the stadium, so where we all have access. And it talks about the inclusion, and as you say, it's basically a ticket, right? A ticket to the stadium and a ticket to this journey with ConurWines.
Yeah, didn't go with Maestro for the name.
No. I mean, as I said, it's a project related to me, obviously, and to our journey here in Portland, but it's more than that.
Yeah.
Right? It's more than that. And that's what it's really attractive, this project, right? Because it talks about my life, but it talks about the life of a group of people that, where Portland become their home.
Yeah, exactly. And people that
but still we have an Argentinian part of it.
Yeah,
right?
you can't abandon that. That's an essential part of what this is, especially since they don't grow a lot of Malbec in the state of Oregon. They do in Southern Oregon, but folks up here,
we'll be in charge of it. We'll be in charge of it. We'll bring the Malbec to this area.
Yeah.
Even if there's plenty of people that maybe thinks that it's not easy to do it, we'll bring it, and we'll get a good Malbec in this area, because in Argentina, it's everywhere. The Malbec is everywhere.
Right.
Obviously, there's better Malbecs, right, in different areas, but I think we think it's possible.
Yeah. And what was your first experience with this wine? I assume just given your background and experience, that Malbec was maybe the first red wine that you tried as a young man.
Yes, and it's basically what I really like, right? So it's the only thing that I used to drink when I started drinking. I mean, it's what I like, the red wine and the Malbec, right? As a good Argentinian.
Yeah.
And then we brought different kind of Malbecs to try to experience with Brian, with Federico. We're trying to, we try to see, what way we go, and trying, tasting some Malbec from the area, right? From this area, and we ended it with a Columbia Valley grape, which is the one that we like so far, right?
Yes.
So far.
Yeah.
So, and it's really good. It has those, notes of anise. How do you say that? Anise.
Yes, the star anise. Yeah.
The anise, and it's very with that personality of the Malbec.
Yeah, the dark fruit.
And the color is great.
Yeah, I love the color. That's the signature, the true, purple. It's in the blood of Argentines. I feel like
100%.
Obviously, you were somebody that enjoyed being creative through sport, and that was something that a lot of folks, I think, appreciated about you as an athlete. Is this another opportunity for you to be creative, I guess, in the winemaking space?
Yes, because it's really difficult for me to find and to do something that where I'm not creative. It's part of my life, being creative, right? So that's why I choose probably to be a playmaker.
Yeah.
Because it's the way you create, game, the way you create plays, the way you create, that artistic part of in my life. It's key. I always try to. I mean, it's difficult for me to don't do that. So I think this is the right outside soccer. So outside soccer is the right project to keep being creative, right?
Yeah.
And keep being, through that creativity, connected with the place that becomes my home.
Right, and with the people,
and with the people,
your family, your close friends, people you've met along the way. I mean, is connection sort of the root of all this, do you think?
It is the root of all of this project.
For sure. Well, that'll do it for us. We're going to keep drinking wine. Cheers, Diego.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Maestro. And we will catch you next time. This might be a recurring series. Who knows? I'll look for other athletes that enjoy wine, but I appreciate you taking the time, Diego. It's been a lot of fun.